All the disrespect, the free playback, button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day of checking these buttons. We actually posted 2 videos today. We might do 2 today, not really sure, but we definitely got this one. This one is breaking, I want to say like early this morning, something like that. Either way, FGC's losing their damn mind. We talking about Twitter, X, Facebook, YouTube, all the stuff, all social media. Everybody's saying the same thing, so we gotta check these buttons. Oh, as always, chapters down below. Sub button right there. Without further ado, let's get these buttons. Let's go. All right, next up for that unexpected blow up that NetherRealm did not expect, well, at least the devs. We're not talking about the FGC. They probably expected it. Buttons that need to be checked. All right, so they made 2 announcements earlier today. And the FGC, not only on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, everybody had something to say. So let's kind of cover it, break it down. Right here, they posted this saying, a new era built for peace and tranquility is destined to fester with chaos and deception. Experience the ultimate version of Liu Kang's new era with Mortal Kombat 1, the definitive edition. There's no need to look at the trailer because it's nothing new, right? So go towards the end, you see Combat Pack Chaos Reigns right here. New movie skins, which they've already talked about, but let's click it. They posted this as well, saying they do all their own stunts. Mortal Kombat movie skins are now available. And of course, as you can imagine, you got mixed reactions because the first one is kind of overshadowing this one. They're like, okay, you're giving us movie skins, but it's weird timing. How are you gonna say, like, here's movie skins, but the damn game is over? Or how much are they? Because we don't even know how much, all this is gonna cost. FGC Reacting saying, thank God it's over. No, or disappointed, so you motherfuckers really aren't releasing that Bruce Lee, or no thanks. Continuing on, I see Fighting Games Daily saying, GG's, it had a decent run. Sorry for the NRS bros, or sorry for the NRS bros. I hope WB and other companies take notes that guests aren't everything. Pink Floyd was the hypest update to the community MK1 had added. It was just getting good. I hope one day NRS gets out of the clutches of higher executives. And then going deeper, I see Rooflemonger actually posting as well, saying, well, that's the end of the line then. A weird and interesting ride, and frustrating to know that it's cut short due to factors outside of NRS's hands. Hi WB, but we saw this coming for quite some time now. So Injustice 3 at Summer Game Fest or the Game Awards, is that the question? LOL. I even see MEZ right here saying, well, Street Fighter 6 with Switch 2 release might eventually outsell this, which is crazy to think about. And then going on right here, somebody actually posted a screenshot. I guess this was from last year, September, where Ed Boon was making this tweet right here highlighted saying, NetherRealm is still fully committed to supporting Mortal Kombat 1 for a long time to come. Yeah, I remember that one, where Ed kind of spoke out and said, it's still supported, because right here he says that, we love the fact that there's excitement for our next game. And right here saying NetherRealm is still fully committed to supporting MK1 for a long time. I saw other people kind of quote retweeting that or just responding saying, yeah, but he said that before and he was wrong or plain lied. I'm not gonna go as far as to say that, but this was posted September of last year. So maybe his version was for a long time to come was now. Maybe several months is Ed Boon's version of a long time to come. I'm not sure, right? I see Gur right here posting, unless we find out what and more means, pretty disappointing if there's no more DLC. And then ending it right here with Even Event Hubs posting an article today saying Mortal Kombat 1 Definitive Edition revealed, likely marking the end of the DLC content. But we also have some of the bigger content creators when it comes to not just, I was gonna say NRS, but not just that, but FGC period, talking about how they feel about it, reacting to this news as well. I'm gonna put all their information down below so you can check out their full videos. Let's check out some highlights. Let's go.
Not the best news today. It does look like we are at the end of the line when it comes to Mortal Kombat 1. So why is that exactly? Well, you're looking at it on the screen right now. The definitive edition of Mortal Kombat 1 just got announced, and why is it definitive? Because you get everything that's ever been put out, as in everything that ever will be put out for Mortal Kombat 1. So no more DLC, a Combat Pack 3, whatever you want to call it, another major expansion. That is not happening anymore. And well, this is something we've known for a while, I guess. But now it's official. But don't worry, hey, it's the best value. Best value. We like best value. But yeah, effectively, once again, end of the line for Mortal Kombat 1, which is a damn shame because it wasn't meant to be. It's how we ended up, but it wasn't meant to be. Mortal Kombat, well, and NetherRealm's games just in general, I guess, sort of infamous for being on the cycle. As in, game comes out, you get roughly 2 years of content, and then, okay, we're done, next game comes out. And this game was promised to be the game that would break that cycle, the game that would get many and multiple years of support and content. NetherRealm Studios very much believed this at the time, because they didn't have a reason not to, I guess, and you know, Ed Boon was confident enough to get on camera for it.
Well, just like we did with Mortal Kombat 11, we're going to release a second part with more story. You know, and we have a big surprise after that. We're going to work on the game for years to come. So we'll be releasing more story will be coming. So a lot of.
And besides those little clips, like Ed did so many interviews at the time around the launch of the game and the pre-launch of the game saying the same thing, that this is the game that's going to have years and years of support, not just the usual cycle it's always been. And we're not posting that as some sort of gotcha or whatever, just, you know, as a fact, because at the time, I'm sure they believed that very much. And I've said this,
All right, so let's pause it right there, y'all. Let's go ahead and pause it right there. That video, that was about 2 minutes. That video has at least another 8 to 9 minutes, so definitely check it out. Link down below. Next, we're going to go over to Super. Let's check out what he has to say.
All the cameos, like everything involving the game. There's no... people might see this and more and think, oh, are they going to add something new afterwards? No, guys. No. This is it. This is it. The definitive edition of a Mortal Kombat game, the Ultimate Edition, whenever they bundle everything into one pack, and they even have the artwork, right? This is the end of Mortal Kombat 1 as far as new content. So it's bittersweet for me personally because I really love MK1. I love the gameplay of MK1 so much. Still, you know, almost 2 years into the game's life cycle, and I'm still having a blast playing the game. People are still trying to figuring out new cameo options for characters. The combo potential in this game is something that I personally love a lot. So the fact that we're not going to be receiving any more DLC characters down the road is definitely bittersweet. The only sweet part about that is now we could sort of focus on the next game because, you know, that's just the show must go on, right? There will always be a new NetherRealm game to look for.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pause it on that one. Definitely check out the rest of his video as well. Then we're gonna go over to HoneyBee to see how he's feeling.
So what does this mean, right? What does this mean? Well, you know, there was the tweet that came out like way back when for Mortal Kombat 11 saying, you know, after more than 2 years of supporting this game, our support has come to an end as we look forward to like working on our next project. They haven't had a tweet like that, at least not at the time of me recording this video. They haven't had anything like that coming out for MK1, but it's possible that they might. I guess it just means like for the meantime, what is there to look forward to or do when it comes to like Mortal Kombat 1, right? We have the Pro Comp. The Pro Comp is happening. There's tournaments coming up. Brussels, I think this weekend. Combo Breaker is going to be coming up. You know, CEO, Evo, all those things. Final Combat. There's going to be a bunch of tournaments to still like enjoy to either spectate or compete in or what have you. LCQ. We don't know where that's going to be. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with the game, right? There's plenty of like online tournaments you guys can still play in or spectate or what have you. The community is still there. You know, the community really carries the game, especially like when you look at Mortal Kombat 11. We were playing that game for like 4 years and they stopped supporting it with like updates or anything like that after 2. So you know, we were able to just do our own thing for 2 years, keep the game alive, whatever. Whenever people say like, is a game dead? It's like, it's only officially dead if no one's playing it, if nothing's happening for it. I do think the community is alive enough to keep things going, but in terms of like further support, when it comes to like new characters or anything like that, okay, like I don't think we're going to be getting anything like that, right? I think it's safe to say those days are kind of done.
How do y'all feel about that statement? I thought it was very interesting. He was like, yeah, I don't think a game is really dead because we carried the last one for 4 years, even though they stopped supporting it for 2. It's only really dead if nobody's playing it anymore and there's not any more events for it, which makes sense because even if all the support ended today for MK1, like the devs literally said, like it's over. Like, hey, just wrap the shit up. It is done. There's still tournaments going on, so people are still going to compete. Now, is it going to technically grow anymore? They already made their damn money. They outsell like so many. NRS knows what the hell they're doing as far as like making their money. But as far as FGC and getting that support and feeling like we're supported back by them, that's a whole nother story. But back to the question at hand. Is the game still alive? He said, as long as the community can keep it alive. I mean, look at Smash. Look what they did, right? And just Melee alone, like those dude, that shit is still thriving, still growing. What was it, Ludwig is still like putting all his money trying to do the biggest tournament ever. They literally carry that shit on their back. But unfortunately, it looks like they are the only community that is willing to do that. We haven't really seen that with other communities. As deep as they go. You know, like he was just saying, we did it for 4 years, but yeah, that's cool. But we just haven't seen it to the depths, to the extent of the fucking Smash community where that shit is still going.
This is nothing new. This is the exact same thing that Square Enix is currently doing. It's the exact same thing that Bandai Namco is currently doing. Several companies are doing the same thing where they're kind of squandering a lot of cash on these games and marketing them, and their concepts aren't entirely things that are super on board with their audiences, and they don't hit, and all of a sudden they're just losing way too much money. Effectively, WB was like down, I think in the terms of like hundreds of millions of dollars as a result of not so great decision making. So the problem is, at that point, they are like, hey, so we're going to focus on our hero franchises, just like those other companies. And they are specifically Game of Thrones, Batman, I think the term Batman Arkham stated explicitly, Harry Potter, like the Hogwarts games. And the other one is Mortal Kombat. That was the terms that were given. These are the 4 pioneering games of now WB Games. It's those 4. Some news dropped today. Related, now we're going to go back to what is related with Mortal Kombat 1. There was an individual, a Reddit user, and people are like, why is everybody listening to this guy? Well, if you go back and you look at the person's post history, that goes into like years, like almost like 2 years of talking about MK1. This person definitely has insider info, and I think that writing on the wall regarding this was that post from the CEO, was the whole display of this is where we're moving forward with our franchises. Another thing, another reminder, Mortal Kombat 1 had its big ass massive DLC. That DLC came out in September. It didn't even chart top 20 in PlayStation from what I recall. And so we got 2 Mortal Kombats in a row, right? 2 MKs in a row. Okay, 2 MKs in a row. Cool. Some people happy about that, some people not particularly happy about that. But you're about to get a 3rd MK in a row. Why is that? Everyone's like, well, what about Injustice 3? Did you not just hear the 4 games that they're working on? When it came to DC properties, there's no like Suicide Squad anymore. When it came to DC properties, there's no Batman game. We don't even know where the heck the Wonder Woman game is. That's got to eventually come out. An entire DC licensed, like, you know, not licensed, but an entire DC game, once again, was not listed there. It was Mortal Kombat. Based on what the CEO is literally saying, there would not be another Injustice. It would be another Mortal Kombat. They would effectively have to make a new MK at some point. So no, I do not think it's going to be Injustice 3.
All right, so there you have it, man. How y'all feeling? That Max clip, I'm sure you know by now, was posted 5 months ago. So writing obviously has been on the wall for quite some time. How y'all feeling? Like I said, they made them tweets this morning. Hey, let's make some good announcements. We have the movie skins. This is the definitive pack, yada, yada, yada. And even though writing may have been on the wall, people are not happy. They're like, this is bullshit. We wanted more. How much you selling the skins for? Timing of this. this, what happens next, and then you got these conspiracy theories, or not conspiracy theories, they're just theories that it's not gonna be a new Injustice, it's gonna be another Mortal Kombat. Others are blaming W3, not NRS, it's outside. It's outside of them, now it's deeper, it's on WB. There's a lot going on, but at the end of the day, it's sadly the same shit where we get a new MK and people, usually it has a hype launch. I mean, from what I've seen, people are like, okay, even though it might have mixed reviews, it's pretty hype and people are pretty excited. And then it has the same shelf life of every previous one, no matter what. No matter what happens, it just does the same shit. It's like it's cursed, but like we said in previous videos, doesn't even matter if they still top in the charts. Ed Boon brags all the time, look how much we sold. Look how high we're placing. Look at how many people are playing our game. So does it really matter to them that they got this curse of the short shelf life if they still making that damn money? How y'all feeling? Let me know. That it is, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you're feeling. Thank you guys for rocking with us one more time. If I can, I will post a second video tonight. I think I might not though. I think I'm tired, you know what I'm saying? So I think tomorrow I'm gonna try to do that format where I post the button check early on and then post some extra buttons later on that evening. So thank you guys for the amazing love. We will see you soon as always. I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all, fella. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
All you can!
Grand opening, grand closing.